Look at the fact that we've got the Spark, which is a fantastic new car. We think it's one of the best in the segment, if not the best in the segment. We've got this new Aveo we're showing here, the RS, which is going to be a reality for us in just a little more than a year here in Europe. This is a car that doesn't have to apologize for anything. And more importantly, it's going to have a diesel engine. You know, the small car segment is more than 50% or about 50% diesel. So we're not even playing in all of the small car segment. And Aveo was our #1 selling car with just gas engines. So we'll have a 1.3 diesel. It's going to be very competitive. And just to give you an idea, the small car segment makes up 23.1%, at least in 2009, 23.1%, or 4.35 million vehicles of the vehicle industry in Europe. And we've only been playing in half of that. So now when we get this car, it's going to open it up. We're going to get more body styles and more powertrains. Just in terms of models available, we've had about 7 or 8 models available these last 5 years. We're going to move to 12, 13 models, more consistent with our competitors who have between 13 and 17 models available at their dealerships. So we're going to be adding not only body styles but also powertrains. The bottom line of that is that we're going to be going from where we're playing today in 29% of the market. So we're getting this 2.3% market share across all Europe by only playing in 29% of the market. By the end of 2012, we'll be playing in 66% of the industry. So let me just be very clear. Aided awareness. If you go out on the streets here in Geneva or Paris or Munich or Rome or wherever, and you ask 100 people, what is Chevrolet on an aided basis, 85% of them will tell you it's an American car company. And if you ask them what cars we sell, about 10% of them will say Corvette. Not many know the rest of the answers, right? So they just don't know what we sell. On an unaided basis, if you say, what cars are you considering and what other cars are you aware of in the marketplace, and you do the research that way, on unaided, we're 5%. Mainstream brands are 40, 50, 70%, you know. So we're having the success we've had so far without anybody knowing about us. Our consideration in Italy, where we have, and in Germany, is 1 to 2%. So the way I say it to my team and to the dealers, I said, you know, guys, 98% of the people who are going to buy a car today, they get up off their sofa and they go out into the market to buy a car, and they're not planning on buying our car. So right now, our loyalty rate is only 9%. So that's because there's just not enough Chevy buyers coming back. So that's the source of sales. So of the sales we make, only 9% come from previous owners. That will grow toward 50%, which is kind of the industry average here in Europe over time. So we're 75% conquest. We want to keep that conquesting going. We're going to grow our loyalty. We're going to improve our funnel measures, be more relevant in the market. I guess I will make one other point, and that is that if you look at the Western, Central, and Eastern Europe combination, we break it into 3 parts, the whole European industry. Today, there's about 2 million units, just under 2 million units in Central Europe, just under 2 million units in Eastern Europe, and 15 million units in Western Europe. We're only a 1% player in Western Europe because we've had this legacy portfolio that doesn't appeal to more of the mainstream buyers in Western Europe. So the huge opportunity for Chevrolet with these new cars that we have that are world-class, that are going to be competing against the best that the mainstream has to offer at very good prices, is really to grow our share in Western Europe. Where
Could you just list the cars that you have now and the ones that are going to make up the 12 to 13?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. We're going to have Spark in one body style. We've got 3 body styles of Aveo planning, 2 that are currently coming next year, and then perhaps a 3rd one. Then we're going to have a couple versions of Cruise, as I said. We're going to have Orlando. We'll have Captiva. We'll have Corvette. We'll have Camaro. We'll have Volt. And then there are a few other body styles and offers we haven't announced yet. So there's a few that I'm not going to mention today, but
what is these?
Yeah, 5 more.
What's the smallest displacement engine you're going to have?
Smallest displacement will be the 1 liter that we have in the Spark.
And will you have the Volt will be the range extender that you will have?
Exactly the same vehicle as the U.S. I mean, only with European homologation.
How many diesels? I'm sorry.
How many diesels?
Diesel.
We're going to have diesel engines in Aveo, diesel engines in the Cruise, diesel engine in Orlando, diesel engine in Captiva, diesel engine in Epica. We'll have, not in Camaro, not in Corvette, not in Volt, obviously, but diesel engines in everything else except for Spark.
Well, if you say your competitors have more, who are your competitors?
Well, we've been priced more like Hyundai and Kia, Skoda. Citroen in many markets, Fiat in many markets, Seat. So those have been the brands that we've been priced like